Hello everyone. Continuing on our quadratic functions and finding standard forms, there are some other kind of examples we would like to work more on. Suppose we are given this quadratic function, minus 2x squared plus 16x minus 31. We'd like to find the x-intercepts. Now remember, x-intercepts is the point of the form. There will be some non-zero value for the x coordinate, say, let's say, what do you say? Okay, say g or n0. This g is going to be non-zero value. So what you're going to do is, if you want to find the x-intercept of this function, remember previously we actually wrote this as a standard form. So when you want to find the x-intercepts, it's much more better to work in the general form of the quadratic function. So what we're going to do is rewrite this one as minus 2x squared plus 16x minus 31 equal to 0. But if I want to work with, functions, I would prefer to have a positive constant to x squared. So I'm going to just multiply this whole equation by minus 1. And I get 2x squared minus 16x plus 31 equals 0. So remember your quadratic formula, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Then the quadratic formula says the answer is just plugging the values for b's and a's and c's there, which is basically minus b plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So coming back to our problem, what is the values of a, b, and c here? Okay, so a, guys, is 2, b is negative 16, and c is 31. Okay, now when we are going to do the math here, so what are we going to have here is x is what? Minus b. So x becomes minus of minus 16, positive 16, plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac. We got to substitute the values here, guys. So what is b squared? B squared, guys, is 16 squared or negative 16 squared. So that means you put the parentheses here. Minus 4 times a is 2 times c is 31. Okay, over 2 times 2. So what are we going to get? We're going to get positive 16 plus minus square root. This is minus 16 squared is 256. Minus 4 times 2, 8 times 31, 248. Okay, divided by 2 times 2 is a 4. What do we get? We get 16 plus minus square root 8 over 4. Okay, we can, divide this also. Let me just get some space here. It's going to be 16 over 4 plus minus square root 8 over 4, which is 4 plus minus, now square root 8, if you guys remember, can be written as 2 root 2. So it's 2 root 2 over 4, which we can write as 4 plus minus square root 2 over 2. Or more easy, we can write this as 4 plus minus 0.5 square root 2. Okay, now remember, we are looking at x-intercepts, okay? We are looking at x-intercepts. So when you're looking at x-intercepts, and we have the answer to be 4 plus minus. So there are two x-intercepts. One is 4 plus 0.5 square root 2 and 0. The other would be 4 minus 0.5 square root 2 and 0. Okay? So those are the x-intercepts for the given function we have here. Okay, so moving forward, let's look at problems on a different form. So here's we would like to find the quadratic function or equation in the standard form. So let's just say function. Okay, in the standard form, if it passes through this vertex and the point 1 and minus 12. So the quadratic equation is given by this formula, and remember it's x minus has to be there. So when you're plugging in the values here, it is a x minus of minus 3, the whole square, plus k is a 4. So what do we get? We get ax plus 3, the whole square, positive 4. Notice, guys, we have to find now a. And how do we do that? Now, this quadratic function passes through the point 1 minus 12. Okay. So it passes through 1 minus 12. That means this is my x and this is my y, which is the same as f of x. Okay, so let's plug in the values. We get negative 12 equals, a is the one we're looking for, x is positive 1, plus 3, the whole square, positive 4. So we get minus 12 minus 4, get the 4 on the left-hand side, equals 4 square. So this is negative 16 equals 16a. Our a is minus 1. Okay, now remember you have to find the quadratic function. So what's the quadratic function for us? Fx is minus 1. We just write like minus in the front. X plus 3, the whole square, plus 4. Okay, notice just a little more practice here. Minus means the graph has been, flipped upside down. Okay, it's an graph is downward parabola. Positive 3 means you're moving to the left by 3 units. Positive 4 means moving up. Okay, so how would the graph look like? This is the negative means you're here. This means, if you want to say it, how do you write the vertex is minus 3 and 4. So just look at minus 3. You can look at this minus 3. Just you need that only value. Positive 4. And then it's an upside down parabola like this one. That's how the graph looks like. Okay. Now let's do one more example, practicing what we just did for a different example. Okay, here our quadratic function is passing through the vertex minus 2, minus 1 and a point 1 and 10. Okay, let's first plug in the values. So my fx is what? A is not known at this point. It passes through the point minus 2. So minus of minus 2, the whole square, minus 2. Remember? So what do we get? We get ax plus 2, the whole square, minus 2. Okay. Now, it passes through the point 1 and 10. Okay, it passes through 1 and 10. That means 1 is x, 10 is fx. So 10 equals 1 plus 2, the whole square. K is minus 1, guys. I made a mistake, so I'm not writing this. Sorry, guys. Yeah, K is minus 1. My fault. Okay, minus 1. Okay, so now this goes on the other side. So vertex is H and K. So K is minus 1. We get this. I just want to make sure that I'm writing it right now this time. Ax plus 2, the whole square, minus 1. Okay, so minus 1 takes over here. What do we get? 11 equals a3 square, or 9 times a is 11. Or what is my a? A is 11 over 9. So what is the function here? My function is 11 over 9 x plus 2 the whole square minus 1. Now 11 over 9 means as a positive, it's opening upward. It has vertex minus 2, minus 1. That means minus 2, minus 1. It's opening upwards, guys. So something like that. That's how your graph looks like. Okay? Thank you.